So how much should you charge for a logo design? I'm gonna share my thoughts in this video. So being a graphic designer for many years, over 8 years now, I have experience and I've learned a few things along the way. I'm also gonna show you a few resources to give you some ideas of like practical pricing. But some of the key things is that there's no global market price for design, because design is always objective. It always depends on the client, and every client project is different. It's not the same for everyone, right? Sometimes you might work with a small business. Sometimes you might work with a big business. Sometimes you might work maybe with a medium-sized business with a few employees. You know, each situation and circumstance is different. So don't think there's just a market price, there's one fee where everyone charges the same price. It doesn't work like that. So I just want you to keep that in mind when it comes to figuring out a price. Now, I just want to thank Envato Elements for sponsoring this video. Envato Elements is a great subscription service that allows you to get access to 50 million plus assets, images, stock video, photos, graphic templates, graphics, textures, fonts, and even logo design templates and mockups that allow you to create great presentations for your clients. I use it personally on a daily basis. I use it for 3D stuff, downloading some cool templates and effects, and I'm enjoying it. It's great if you're a graphic designer or an illustrator or just someone working in the field. And if you do sign up with my link, you actually get 50% off an annual plan. So it ends up being $16.50 a month, which is super affordable if you're a beginner designer. Definitely check it out and click the link in the description. And one of the other important things I want you to keep in mind is that don't be emotional. See, when you get desperate and when you're in a space of need and you need that money, sometimes you'll make bad decisions and sometimes you'll charge really low or discount. But you shouldn't be doing that. You should be offering value to the client. You should be putting effort and doing the best you can do, going over and above. So the quality of the project is going to increase, the brand is going to be amazing, and it's going to look good in your portfolio. So sometimes I understand when you're starting out, it can be hard, but just say yes. You know, it's okay to say yes to every project that comes your way, and then over time, grow from that. You can learn to say no, and you can charge more as you go along. But I remember my first logo was, I got like $20 when I was in college, in university. So for me, you know, that was a win, you know, and then I started $50, then $100, then $500, then $1,000, you know, and then it kept going up. So it's a process, it's a journey, you know, but just remember, just keep moving forward, keep growing. So when it comes to pricing, here are the factors that I use to determine how much I should charge for a logo or brand identity project. Number one is the client size. How big is the client? Is it a big agency? Like, is it Adobe? Is it like some big marketing like company with 50 employees? Because they're going to have a bigger budget. They're going to have more money. Or is it a single person who maybe is using their savings? They don't have income coming in from their business. Then I'm going to charge them a bit less, and the scope would be different. The second thing is location. Where are they located? Are they located in a third world country? Are they located in the USA, in Australia, Canada, you know, in the Western world, Eastern country? You know, where are they located? Because that's going to determine, you know, the type of businesses they have, what type of income they're getting. Obviously, it varies. I'm not saying if you live in a Western country that you have more money, but yeah, there's just different opportunities in different places. So you just got to weigh like the location as well. It's important. Number three is the scope of the project. So how much design are you doing in that project? Are you just doing one logo? Are you doing revisions? Are you doing 4 logos? Are you doing the colors, the typography system? Are you doing an icon set? Are you doing marketing materials, flyers, brochures, business cards, or a website, you know, attached to the logo? These are all like add-ons that you can add on the project. So how big or large is the scope of the work? Okay, because the more work, the more you have to charge. The more value you're adding, the more you have to charge. Number 4 is the time frame. Is it short or is it long? So sometimes if they're doing a rush project and they need it done in a few weeks instead of like a month, you know, then you charge a rush fee because, you know, they're putting pressure on you, a shorter time frame. So you have less time to think and be creative and marinate on the ideas. So that should be charged a rush fee or should be charged higher. So if it's shorter time frame, if it's longer, then you can just charge your normal price because you have more time to design, to create, and all that stuff. Another one is your skill level. So what's your expertise at? You know, what's your craft level at? Are you good with your tools? Are you good at designing? Have you worked with clients before? How many years have you been in the industry? How many years you've been designing for clients? That should be, that should increase your value as a designer, as a person. So that means your price should go up from that. And then lastly, your creative value and your tools and expenses. So your creative value, so what specific like advantage or edge are you like delivering? So like, is it your process that's really good, or your results you've gotten in the past, or maybe you just have a certain style or flair? You know, because sometimes certain styles, like maybe you're an illustrator, you have a certain style, like it's actually hard to, you know, do that. Then you can increase the price, right? The next thing is the tools and expenses. So how much does it cost? Do you have to buy paper? Do you have to buy pens? Do you have to buy fonts? Do you have to buy assets and images and mock-ups? Like if you have to add those things on, then, you know, the client should be paying for those things, unless, you know, you're using stuff from your library or whatever it is. You have to charge them for that. And also your expenses, your living expenses. You pay electricity, you pay for Adobe subscriptions, you know, you pay for your apps, you know, all these tools. You have to take that into consideration as well. So if you have high expenses, and then, you know, you're working with clients who are like not even paying more than those expenses, you got to really think about like your business model and what you're doing, and really refine and simplify things so you're not, you know, you make sure that you're earning enough money. I'm going to show you 4 resources that you can use that's going to help you if you feel like you're stuck, or you're a beginner, or you're just unsure and I'm not clear enough. Then I'm going to show you a few examples. Number 1 is justcreative.com. One of my friends from Australia, he runs this design blog. He's also a great designer as well. He has this blog post on his website. So just go justcreative.com, logo-design-cost. You can see here, you've got budget, mid-range, and high-end. And remember, any resource, you just take it with a grain of salt. Don't take it as the end all, because remember, each project is different, but it should be used as a loose guide, you know, because designers charge all different types of levels. So use it as a loose guide. Don't take it as I have to charge you so much. So you can see here, he breaks down some of the costs, like the mid-range costs. You can see beginner designer, 100 to 1,000, or experienced 1 to 5K. A veteran 5 to 15, small studio 5 to 30, mid-size 5 to 50K, which is really cool. So yeah, here's some ideas of what you can be charging. He also breaks down some other tips, so you can check him out there as well. He goes into some more detail. Another cool resource is from Hadil Ahmad. She's got a cool PDF that you can download. Just click on her links and you can download that in her link tree. And she runs this designers union, and they have a minimum price design list. So I think this is really good, especially for people in third world countries outside like the US and stuff like that. So you can see here they break down, and just remember, this is a minimum design price list that they've created. So it's just minimum. It's not the highest that you can go. But you can see here in the top left, they've got like beginner 150 to 350, and it's all based in the in USD. So professional designer 450 to 2,500, and then you got professional agency 2 to 5K. So that's minimum. You've got identity, brand identity, illustration. They break down all these other costs. Arabic calligraphy, that's interesting. Printables, a whole bunch of cool stuff there. And then you can scroll through. They've got prices for some other stuff as well. But keep in mind, it's just a minimum price guide. It varies from person to person and each situation. So those are 2 practical tools. And then a few books that I do recommend that I feel like will really, really help you. If you just go on Amazon, there's a book called Graphic Artist Guide Handbook. We'll give you all the pricing details. It's updated all the time. So the most recent one is from 2021. So they keep up to date. It's got, you know, 4.9 out of 5-star reviews. So, you know, if you're a designer, graphic designer, you know, this is going to be a great guideline for you to sort of set the bar and get more information on how people actually charge, and the methodologies and the ways they do it. And then lastly, my friend Michael Janda has a book called The Psychology of Graphic Design Pricing. I've read this one. It's a great one. He breaks down like your burn rate. So what's your hourly minimum rate you would charge on a project? So you got to calculate it. But I do recommend doing like flat fee. He talks about like flat fee and value-based pricing and all that stuff as well. You know, there's many ways you can price projects, but he sort of breaks it down how to bid for your project. So thanks so much for watching. Hope you guys got a deeper understanding on how to price for a logo. Let me know in the comments if it was practical and you got something out of this. Thanks so much for watching. Really appreciate it. Chat to you next time.